What is one profession that you have absolutely zero respect for? Anyone in health insurance that denies patients access to seek care or receive treatment. How can you tell a doctor, no, this person does not need life-saving medication or tests? I don't see how this isn't considered practicing medicine without a license. Those recruitment people for fake talent agencies. They do these whole presentations, often in person, to get new actors and models to sign up at the end with an initiation fee, sometimes in the thousands. A lot of the people being scammed don't know the company is a scam until afterwards when they look them up on Yelp or the Better Business Bureau. The recruiter usually seems legit. I don't know how they sleep at night knowing that's how they make the entirety of their income. I almost got scammed into one of those as a 14-year-old. My best friend and I begged our parents to take us to a modeling agency recruitment event. Of course, we were both accepted, but then they had to speak with our parents to get the money. My parents saw right through it. They didn't explain right away why they were saying no, and I was so angry and said terrible things to them on the way home. Later they explained that they thought it was suspicious, and that if they wanted my talent they should be offering me a contract and money, not the other way around. My friend's parents did fall for it, and it turned out to be pretty much just what they used to call finishing school. It was basically classes on society and social etiquette and other bullshit. Stuff like don't put your dirty napkin on your plate and proper table settings and what utensil is for what. Not sure what to call them, but the people at the top of the MLM pyramids. Personally, I use the word scum. I've been calling them pond scum for years. A friend's wife got in on the top of an MLM scheme. It works body wraps, if you remember those things. She legit made a shitload of money, while at the same time being the stereotypical MLMer on her Facebook posts, bragging about owning her own business, bragging about how much money she makes, bragging about being able to retire her husband. That last part was semi-true, as he did stop working for a year while she was making so much money doing it. Then they saw the writing on the wall. Revenue was dropping hard, which meant that their bonuses were also dropping big time. She eventually stopped with the at-work stuff, and he got a job again. But yeah, I think they made somewhere around $500K in like 3 years. Enough to build a house and pay for it in cash. I don't know how the people at the top of those things live with themselves knowing that they are just basically stealing from everyone else below them. Predatory tow companies. Had a buddy in college that was swapping the coilovers on his Toyota our first week of the semester. Small job, lots of parking and space, did it right in the parking lot. We had a week grace period after moving in to get things sorted and our cars registered. Buddy had an understanding with the front office that he'd have an extra few days to run home and get some paperwork to register the vehicle. Front office either didn't tell the towing company or the towing company didn't care. Buddy is swapping the coilovers Saturday morning, the morning after the no-tow grace period ends, before he runs home to get paperwork. Has it up on jack stands when he breaks for lunch. Comes back 30 minutes later and his car that was on jack stands is gone. They saw his car, went back to their shop to get tires, put them on his car just to tow it, and took the tires back off. They had the balls to pal around with him when he showed up like, yeah, Bobby said, betcha can't tow that one, and I said, betcha I can. Charged hourly rate to put the tires on, charged rental fee for the tires, charged for the tow, charged hourly rate to take the tires off, charged hourly rate to put his tires back on so he could drive it off. You can't put those tires on yourself, sir. Insurance won't let us let you do car maintenance on our property. You'll have to pay us to put those tires on. Tow truck drivers are actual parasites. Tow trucks should be for broken down vehicles, vehicle deliveries, and abandoned vehicles. Televangelists. Give me tons of money and God will reward you. Oh, no rewards yet? That's 'cause you haven't given enough yet. It's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to go to the kingdom of God. It's funny and also kinda pathetic the mental gymnastics that people will go through to try and explain that phrase as meaning anything other than the obvious interpretation. Health insurance agents that deny health insurance for costs reasons. They shouldn't even exist. If I pay for insurance, and my doctor asks for a procedure, it's the job of the insurance to pay. End of story. I realize it's not the agents selling insurance, but the panel or board of the claims department. This happened to my husband. Was denied a prosthetic leg multiple times because it wasn't necessary for daily life. Fuck Kaiser. Scalping tickets, electronics, food, toilet paper, or whatever else. Call center scammers and real money trading and boosting companies for gaming. Paparazzi. How is stalking legal for them? It is a snazzy name though. Everything sounds glamorous in Italian. Pulcinella is little chicken, Razzo Cazzo is rocket cock. Some local influencer took a video of me walking my dog yesterday by the beach and posted it on her Insta. I looked through the hundreds of comments last night when someone sent me the thing. Many of the comments are vulgar. I think it's a dick move to film someone without their consent for clout. You can get Instagram to actually remove it because if they aren't removing hateful comments and the post itself encourages harassment, that is against their community guidelines. I've reported everything from fake accounts to animal abuse on Instagram and nothing has ever been done. Every time you send a report, they might as well send back a caricature of Mark Zuckerberg fallouting himself. Knew a guy who worked for a company that sold social media bots and other means of boosting accounts. Whatever that job is, I hate it. There was a big issue with this recently involving one of the Bravo channel Real Housewives. Someone used a bot company to spam the Instagram account of a cast member's son with racist threats the day before his first day of high school. Televangelist priests who have hundreds of millions don't pay taxes and tell people they don't love God if they don't keep donating. Preach. Have a TV church. But don't scam people out of millions a month. There was one guy, Jesse Duplantis, who told his followers that God wanted him to have a new jet, and they needed to give him $54 million to buy it because his current jet was outdated. Kenneth Copeland defended his jet, saying that he couldn't be expected to get on a crappy plane full of dope heads and demons. Excuse me? You mean the people who you're supposed to serve who send you money? Alternative healers that talk people out of seeking real medical treatment. Like the fucking charlatan who scammed my husband's aunt out of what little money she had left when she was dying of metastatic colon cancer. Gave her 4 immunotherapy that was just high-dose vitamins through a peripheral 4 that definitely didn't do anything. The 4 site got infected and they took no responsibility. All they took was $10,000 per treatment. My husband's cousins had a fucking GoFundMe set up for this nonsense. Makes me so mad. Especially as the only actual doctor in the entire extended family. Absolutely love giving the fam accurate medical advice with my expensive education, which they proceed to ignore in favor of something they read on Yahoo. Online event ticket buyers, people who try to predict the demand for an event, concert, sports, etc., and bulk buy tickets to resell at higher prices. There's a whole industry with companies built entirely with employees who are bidding and selling full-time. My ex-wife does this for a living. They hire students and pay them to create accounts and purchase as many tickets as they can. Then the wholesaler sits on a stockpile of tickets that they can sell at a markup. It's such a scummy business model, and everyone involved thinks they're so smart and savvy for inventing this business that makes a shitty experience even worse. Call center scammers. People really have full-time 9-to-5 jobs dialing random phone numbers to steal money. Fucking losers. To sum up all the answers, con artists.